Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
And I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News on the Wax. A lot to talk about this morning, but first, let's get a check on that forecast. Meteorologist Gilardi is in with the details. And a nicer day on tap once we get rid of this fog and dreariness behind you.
This stuff right here, once that goes away in the next few hours, we have a much nicer day in store. So we have certainly some fog we've been tracking. Scott was giving you that first alert for areas of limited visibility, and what we're tracking right now, of course, in stores is that cloud on the ground. You could just barely make out at times that tower there. So again, visibility is not so bad across the southeastern part of the state, but you get inland and especially off to the west and northwest, that's where we're seeing the visibility the worst. So remember when you're traveling, sometimes you have that idea of, well, maybe if I turn on my lights or brights, but at least the sun's up now, you don't have to worry about making that sort of decision. But temperatures it's sticky out there, and there's at times a little bit of mist too coming down from those very low clouds. Upper 60s, 70s. The wind is light right now coming up out of the south, but it will become breezier today. And as you notice, with the cloud cover starts to break up by 9 o'clock, we get into more sunshine this afternoon. A little steamy sunshine, mid and upper 80s inland, low 80s along the shoreline. So work it out in the yard. You'll definitely need that little sweat rag because it is going to be very sweaty with the humidity. We're going to be talking about tomorrow, though, a first alert. I'll explain more on that coming up in the next 10 minutes. For now, let's get an update on traffic with these foggy conditions with Caitlin. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Jill. Good morning, everyone. So we are dealing with that reduced visibility out there. I'm also following a first alert for you in Bethany, and your drive times and speeds are looking pretty typical. We've got those delays down through Fairfield County, 95 southbound, and the Parkway backing up, which is typical. Rest of the state moving along at this point. But again, that first alert here in Bethany, Route 42 closed at Grant Road because of what DOT is reporting as a crash. So make sure that you're avoiding the area there. All right, live look outside here in Hartford, 91 north and southbound here, right by exit 32A and B. Traffic still moving. Same story here in Middletown along Route 9. No issues there. In and out of the Mixmaster here, Waterbury 84 east and westbound, and in Meriden 691 east and westbound. Again, that reduced visibility is kind of hanging tough across portions of the state. So if you encounter any of that fog, just reduce those speeds. You definitely don't need the high beams. Those low beams will help you out, though. And I'll get you another check on those roads and the airports coming up here throughout the remainder of your morning commute. I'm Caitlin Francis with your Connecticut Chevy First Alert Traffic Report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
Vanessa Morales, a toddler at the time she went missing, is still nowhere to be found. She was just 15 months old. Police couldn't find her when they went to a home for a welfare check in 2019.
Instead, they found her mother dead and later arrested Vanessa's father. Today, that suspect will face a judge again. Eyewitness News reporter Luke Hydash picks up our coverage with the latest.
Jose Morales' case has been working its way through the courts for the last 5 years since his arrest. Still no plea, guilty or not guilty. Could that change today? Well, we'll find out in a couple of hours. He has been offered a deal, no word whether or not he will take it. Morales was supposed to be here at Milford Court last May, but the case was continued to today. He's facing the murder charge of Christine Holloway, who police found dead during a welfare check back in 2019 in Ansonia. Morales is also charged with tampering with evidence. The family and community want justice and answers, namely what happened to Christine Holloway and where is the child, Vanessa Morales, who police say is still missing, and she'd be 5 years old at this point. For the past 5 years, police say they've been following up on leads, but still no luck. Morales has been in lockup since his arrest in 2019. He's being held on a $5 million bond. In Milford, Luke Hydash, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
In Hartford, police have identified the 2 people killed in a crash yesterday morning. Police say Angel Santiago and Dulce Reyes were killed in a wreck near the intersection of Main and Florence Streets. 3 adults in the other vehicle were also injured. They have non-life-threatening injuries. Police are still investigating.
Route 154 in Haddam is back open this morning. It had been shut down late last night after a crash near River Road. State police and local firefighters responded, and video from the scene shows that the 2 cars were damaged. Investigators report multiple people were hurt, but they have not told us how badly. Troopers are still investigating.
A babysitter is in court today facing a long list of charges after police say a 2-year-old in her care opened a car door and was run over.
It happened back on May 14th, and the woman just turned herself in to police on Monday after a warrant was issued for her arrest. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Olivia Schuler is at Middletown Superior Court with what's taking place there later today.
55-year-old Maria Santiago will be arraigned later today. Right now, she's facing 4 counts of risk of injury to a child, as well as failure to use a restraint system. Now, we know that from the arrest warrant that she was babysitting several kids that day. She took 2 of the children to a bus stop in the area of Sunnybrook Lane to pick up a 3rd child, an 11-year-old girl. Police say a 2-year-old in the back seat was not wearing a seatbelt. That is how the 2-year-old boy was able to open the door and was run over. Right now, you're looking at pictures taken from this scene when that horrible incident took place. That toddler had serious injuries, and witnesses shared with police the tire was still on the toddler's leg when neighbors rushed to help. Meanwhile, investigators say Santiago also left 3 kids aged 9, 4, and 2 years old at home alone and left the stove on at the time of the incident. Now, as of Monday, state police have not given any updates on the condition of that 2-year-old boy. As soon as we learn that, you will be the first to know. In the meantime, we will have the very latest that comes out of court later today. In Middletown, Olivia Schuler, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, this morning, more information on the East Line police chief arrested for a domestic violence incident. Michael Finkelstein appeared in court yesterday, and a judge ruled he can go into an accelerated rehab program, which could lead to criminal charges being dropped. This development comes after he was arrested for disorderly conduct and breach of peace for domestic violence involving his wife, they say. He has been on paid administrative leave since his arrest.
2 businesses in Naugatuck are back open this morning after employees received bomb threats. Police say someone called the Walmart on New Haven Road yesterday, claimed there was a bomb in the bathroom. Crews rushed to evacuate the store. As the situation was playing out, someone called the Stop and Shop on Rubber Avenue and claimed that there were bombs inside that store, too. Officers cleared the businesses immediately. Police did not find a bomb in either situation or make any arrests, as they're still investigating.
Police arrested a man who they say broke into a state office building on Capitol Avenue in Hartford. 43-year-old Christian Gonzalez is also accused of vandalizing a utility area over the weekend and causing a power outage. The building, which includes the Attorney General's office, was closed yesterday for repairs. Police say Gonzalez is homeless, and his public defender says he struggles with substance abuse.
A former Newington swim coach is in jail this morning after he was arrested and charged with 11 counts of voyeurism in Arizona. David Lodati was arrested in Newington recently after a lengthy investigation that began in Buckeye, Arizona, where he was a swim coach. The details remain sealed, but he's being held in Connecticut right now until he is extradited back to Arizona.
We have a major update this morning on a story we first told you about last month. The organizer of a Connecticut music festival, Capulet Fest, now faces a class action lawsuit. This lawsuit claims the organizer, Esteban Vega, violated consumer protection laws by continuing to sell tickets and camping passes even after the event was moved from Thompson Motor Speedway to a smaller venue in Hartford. The plaintiff says they are trying to get all of the money they spent back.
Today in Hartford, the Capital Region Development Authority will vote on a major renovation project for the Excel Center. The $145 million plan would create luxury seating and upgraded Yukon locker rooms. The vote is slated for tonight at 5.